Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Year of the Batman. Today's BTAS episode is Harlequinade. I guess kind of like lemonade, but Harley Quinn. So anyway, I will say right off the bat, this is one of my favorite episodes, easily. I do have an intense migraine, so if I seem unenthusiastic, it's totally related to my head, not to the episode. The episode, phenomenal. So it starts off some gangster somehow has acquired an atomic bomb and is now bidding for it in Gotham City. And I'm just kind of like, why the fuck would you ever bid a bomb? Like, you can just hold the city hostage and do that yourself. I mean, I guess he didn't want to like deal with Batman, so he's like, I'm just gonna make it somebody else's problem, which that makes sense, I guess. So the bidding starts, and then out pops the Joker, and he's like, I bid zero because fuck you. And he like was holding a bomb, and the room completely clears out except for like the one guy that was auctioning it. And so Joker like throws a little bomb at him, and it explodes, and it turns out to be like a little Jack in the Box that spews the Joker laughing gas. And man alive, they never like hold back with how terrifying his laughing gas is, like with the eyes bulging out and the skin turning pale and like the forced smile. Like it's such an eerie sight to see every time in BTAS when there's like Joker gas involved, just because man, it is frightening. So yeah, now Joker has a bomb and he's making threats in the city. And then Gordon, he calls the mayor regarding the matter, and the mayor's refusing to evacuate the city, which is really weird to even think about. But if you notice in the scene, it's Joker's hand holding the phone. It's not really explicitly said, but like the plot twist is that Joker is at the mayor's house to make sure all the citizens in Gotham are there, which is it, like I said, they don't say it outright, but there's like hints throughout the episode of the twist at the end, and it's really well done. Um, Sorry for spoilers, but like, yeah. So anyway, Batman's like, all right, this guy's a fucking psychopath. I gotta find somebody else to maybe help out with this nonsense. So he goes to Arkham and recruits Harley Quinn, and they do a lot of weird stuff with her. Like, I don't know, it's almost like sexual. Like when he gets there, she's chewing gum, and then Batman enters the room, and she like she like regrettably swallows it. And at one moment, she's in the episode, she uses like her grappling hook, but it fails, and then Batman pulls her in closer to like pull her up, and you get like the shot of her mouth open for a few moments. And then there's a scene where she's like singing and whatnot, and she takes like these really provocative poses, and I'm just like, man, why are we hyping up Harley Quinn so much? I mean, don't get me wrong, she's a very good looking woman, and like the artist did a really good job making her desirable, but like it's still a kids show. You gotta fucking not, you know? I don't know. There's like a lot of weird just details like that with Harley Quinn. And man, it's so disappointing. Like blonde Harley, I think looks so attractive versus like the completely white face and the outfit. Don't get me wrong, it's still attractive. I just prefer the other Harley more so. But then in the episode, it's revealed that she's not even a natural blonde, and I'm like, well, what the fuck's your natural hair color? I would be very interested to know if she was a brunette or a redhead, or I don't know what the term for black-headedness is. Black hair, I guess. So I'm just like, why? Because like in every interpretation of Harley Quinn, she has blonde hair, and that just really makes me wonder what her natural hair color is. I know it's a throwaway line, but it really gets me wondering. Because natural Harley, well, I guess the no clothes, no makeup. I'm obviously clothes, but no like Harley Quinn costume and no makeup. She looks really good. is what I'm saying. So I wonder how she would look with like her natural hair color and like her regular, I guess, prison outfit. Anyway, I'm focusing too much on that. So Batman recruits her, and she's like, "Well, let's try a few haunts beforehand." So they go to one of their hangouts, uh, and some hyenas try to attack Batman, and I don't know how the fuck they're still alive, like because they need to eat. And I'm just like, what the fuck have you guys been just like stalking the streets at night, eating like homeless and like stray cats? Like, how are these hyenas alive? Um, so Harley Quinn emerges into her like usual outfit. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, it suits her. I just, like I said, I prefer the regular version. Don't, but she still looks great. Um, so obviously, Joker's not there, so they go to another hangout, and she's like, "Batman, don't worry about being silent. We're gonna get to this club. Everything's going to be, or we're gonna get to this location. Nobody's gonna be there." And Batman opens the door, and then it's literally an entire nightclub in that secret place. I'm just thinking, how actually many like secret organizations and crimes go underneath Batman's like nose? Because to be able to hide a full ass nightclub to Batman for him to be surprised, I'm just like, one, how the fuck big is Gotham City? And two, how many other times is Batman surprised? You know, I mean, it feels like you can either be a billionaire, a regular citizen, or a criminal in this show, and it's like, or I don't know. It's just like the amount of crime in Gotham is just so hard to comprehend, I guess. Um, Also, I will say this episode does in fact utilize Robin correctly. Yes, and I absolutely love it. Robin, he pops on the screen when they're going to the first hangout. And he's like, "Hey, do you need any help?" And he's like, "No, just stay with Gordon and just wait until we hear anything," which that really pisses me off. I'm like, "No, don't tell me Robin's not going to be in it." And then when they get to the second location, Batman's like, "Hey, Robin, we're getting to the second location. Come help us if you can. That would be great." Which I'm like, "Yes, more Robin. Let's go." So as soon as she opens the doors to reveal like this hidden nightclub, Harley Quinn knocks Batman out, and she presents him as like a present to the gangsters. And then she really smartly, um, she notices that Robin is hanging out outside the building, just like scoping out the scene. So she wants to create a distraction. So then she goes to the stage and then starts singing a little song, which the lyrics are really really good because it encapsulates like the relationship between Harley and Joker very well. And this is also the scene that like I was saying, she does a lot of risque poses, I guess. But all this time, everybody's like getting a kick out of Harley and whatnot. And then Robin comes in and he approaches from behind and he unties Batman. So when the song's over, then chaos starts and Batman and Robin just kick all the ass. And, you know, there's a little bit of Robin showboating, always welcome. And at some point, I don't know how the fuck she got up there, but Harley Quinn comes out of fucking nowhere riding a chandelier like half the size of the Batmobile and then drops down on like three of the guards. And I'm thinking they're dead. We don't see them come back or anything. They're just dead because like you don't live through something like that. Um, and Batman, he doesn't really have any response to that. I guess he just like lets the moment die. So the three escape and they get back to the Batmobile. And Batman's like, any news or anything, by the way, Robin? And Robin's like, no. Gordon and his men are looking everywhere they can, and the mayor still won't let him evacuate the city. And Harley laughs, and they're like, what the hell's so funny? And she's like, oh my god, don't you guys see? The Joker's probably at the mayor's house holding him hostage, so he can't like let the hostage or let the Gotham City evacuate. And they're like, oh shit, that's kind of smart. So they get there, and that's obviously the case. And you see like Mayor Hill tied to a chair, and then Joker, he pushes the mayor into his swimming pool, obviously tied up, with the bomb also right there as well. And so they arrive at the scene. Batman, he puts a handcuff around Harley Quinn in the Batmobile, but jokes on him because she's wearing like a fake hand, so she like slips out of it very easily. So Batman comes in. He goes after the Joker. Robin immediately dives for Mayor Hill to save him, which I'm like, yes, give Robin something useful to do. Hate when he's a damsel. Robin's very capable. He's like on par with Batman. A lot of people forget that, but Robin is like, let's say here's Batman, here's Robin. It's not like here's Batman, here's Robin. It's more like this. Sometimes more like this, but like Robin is very, very capable, especially when he dons the Nightwing attire. Oh my god, love him. Dick Grayson, absolute goat. So Batman, he's beating Joker's ass, obviously, and then Harley, she comes out of nowhere and then shoots Batman's wrist to as like a like kind of like metal bracelets, but like a moon shape, and she like gets him to a tree, and then she launches some kind of net or something around Robin and wraps him up. And she's like, "I'm here to save you, J-Man." And then they're boarding the plane to exit Gotham, and then Robin, man, freaking goat, he's like, "Hey Harley, I'm looking at the bomb, and it doesn't look like he would have had time to go back to Arkham to bust you out." And then Joker's like, "Shut the fuck up." "Yeah, no, Harley, I knew you were going to get to me somehow. And anyway, it worked out, right?" And Harley's like, "Well, can we at least go back for our other friends?" And she's like, starts listing off all the villains. And Joker's like, "Fuck that. We got to get the hell out of here." And then Batman, he's like catching along. He's like, "Oh shit, Robin's right." He's like, "Well, what about your babies? You know, your hyenas?" And she's like, "Oh my god, my babies." And Joker's like, "For God's sakes, I'll buy you a goldfish. Let's get the fuck out of here." And then she kicks him in the face out of the plane and immediately runs to Batman to like free him to, take care of the bomb. So she does that, and Joker hops back into the plane, and he drops some bombs, or tries to drop some bombs on Batman, but it's Batman, so he escapes the explosion just in time. And Joker's like, "Turn around, I'm gonna fuck them up." And the guards are like, boss. And it's so funny because there's a shot of Joker deadpanning the guards, and it's so funny his face of like, "I will kill you." And he turns around and whips his machine gun pointed right at him. And he's like, "Turn around right now." So they're like, okay, we'll do that. So he starts firing, and during that time, Batman and Robin, they disable the bomb. And he's like, "Okay, good, moments to spare." And Joker, he's like starting shooting towards the bomb, and he's like, "I don't care if I go at this point. We're all gonna die." And just as he's approaching, Harley, she fires her like broken grappling gun and hits Joker right in the damn face, and he like passes out while still holding the trigger of the Gatling gun, and he like spins around and he takes out the motors, and he almost kills the men that are in the plane, and then the plane crashes into Mayor Hill's house. The action's awesome in this episode, and he gets out of the plane barely able to stand. And Harley, she's holding a Gatling gun right at his face, and she's like, "I'm gonna fucking do it! I'm gonna fucking do it!" And Joker's like, "You don't have the guts." And then Harley, she like straightens up and pulls the trigger, and it's like a fake little sign of rat tat 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 comes out, and then she looks disappointed, like she didn't know it was gonna do that, and she was actually going to kill him. And then Joker, he like just starts laughing. He's like, "Oh my god, baby, you're the greatest!" And they like just have a warm embrace with each other. And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's like the kind of stupid toxic love I actually adore in that relationship." I know it sounds really weird, but in Suicide Squad, I was very intrigued of the relationship between Harley Quinn and Joker. The Joker's always like, piece of shit to Harley, and it's kind of nice to see him embrace her in a psychotic way. So that was a fun scene for me, honestly. I would rather them be like crazy for each other than like at each other's throats or completely separated. I hate Harley being abused. I mean, I get it's part of her character and whatnot, but like breaks my heart every time the Joker's just such a complete dick to her and then she just stays. But like them having like her actually about to kill him, attempting to kill him and failing, and him just like being like, "Oh my god, I love you." That for me is pretty damn funny. So that's the end of the episode. Really, really, really solid episode for me. Easy 7 out of 7. Like you get obviously Robin's very well utilized. You get a song number, which I always have a little weakness to. The action was really good. Joker was really good. I also like whenever like either Penguin or Joker are like flying, they have like the little aviator cap and the little scarf around their neck and a little bomber jacket. It's just so cute. I don't know why. I was just like, yeah, a little costume change. That's adorable. Um, but just every character is utilized so well, and it's just such a well done episode, and it's fun and it's funny. It's just overall great. So yeah, fantastic episode. One of my favorites. Bye bye.